Changes in surgery and causes of disease. Edward Jenner. He was a pioneer in the smallpox vaccine. He made his discovery at the end of the 18th century, and his success inspired other doctors in the 19th century to find other ways to prevent other diseases. He found the cure after hearing a folk tale that milkmaids could not gain smallpox after they had cowpox. He did some experiments and tests, putting mild cowpox matter into a wound and then fresh smallpox matter after the effects of cowpox has disappeared. He discovered that disease would not develop after recovering from cowpox. That's Edward Jenner. James Simpson. Simpson discovered in 1847 that chloroform worked very well as an anesthetic as it made people unconscious. Laughing gas was first used but could not produce deep levels of unconsciousness, and ether was also used as an anesthetic. However, it irritated the lungs of some patients. Joseph Lister. Joseph Lister heard about Pasteur's germ theory in 1865 that microbes were in the air, and he knew that microbes that were causing stench in sewers were being killed by carbolic acid. He believed that using the same mixture could prevent wounds from becoming septic, and so Lister used carbolic acid to wash surgeons' hands, sterilize instruments, gloves, bandages, and swabs, and sprayed carbolic acid over operating theaters to kill microbes in the air. Death rates reduced sharply to only 15%. Lister was important for making doctors and the public aware of the need to remove germs to prevent infections from occurring. Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur developed germ theory of decay and illness in 1865. He believed that microbes were in the air and was the reason why wine, milk, and soup were spoiled. Thus, he developed pasteurization, where heat is applied to kill microbes in liquids. Pasteur also discovered that if chickens were injected with a weak culture of a disease and then a fresh one, they would not develop disease. Thus, after 1881, there was another way of preventing a disease other than smallpox. Furthermore, Pasteur found a way to cure rabies after being bit by injecting the patient with gradually stronger and stronger viruses, because it will prepare the body's immune system to fight off the rabies as it developed, because rabies takes a long time to develop. So, Louis Pasteur's key features: he discovered germ theory in 1865, hence pasteurization was developed to kill microbes. He discovered vaccines other than smallpox after 1881, and he cured rabies by injecting gradually stronger viruses. Robert Koch. Most germs were nearly transparent, so Koch developed special dyes which could be used to stain the germs and make them be able to see clearly through a microscope. Koch also carried out careful tests by growing colonies of germs and using the dyes to stain germs to prove that, without a doubt, that those specific germs were causing those specific diseases. Robert Koch also discovered the tuberculosis germ in 1882, letting more research to be able to be done on one of the most widespread diseases in the 19th century, and he inspired people to search for more microbes that cause disease. So, Robert Koch's key features are that he developed special dyes which could be used to stain the germs. He used colonies of germs in dye staining as physical evidence that those specific microbes caused those specific diseases, and thus he discovered tuberculosis in 1882, letting research be done on disease and inspired microbe hunters. Paul Ehrlich. Ehrlich discovered certain chemical compounds called magic bullets, which could be used to specifically target disease-causing microbes and kill them. He discovered sulfasen, which is difficult to handle, which could be used to cure syphilis. He also discovered methylene blue, which killed malaria, and trypan red, which cured sleeping sickness. So his key features are that he developed chemical compounds called magic bullets, which could be used to target and kill microbes, and that he found the first cure for syphilis, which was sulfasen. Alexander Fleming. Fleming was experimenting with bacteria and found that a bacteria-free zone formed on a dish that contained penicillin. However, he did not have the funding and facilities for further experiments and research, but knew that penicillin could kill dangerous bacteria such as gangrene. So Fleming's key features are that he discovered a bacteria-free circle which formed when penicillin was in the dish, and that he discovered penicillin itself, which could be used to fight off infection and make the body as clean as a sterilized instrument. Florey and Chain. Florey and Chain read and studied Fleming's 1929 article on penicillin. They developed it and used them on rats to prove to people and the public that penicillin worked as a way to prevent infection. They then went to the US government to get funding and persuaded them to mass produce the drug. It was then able to be used by the Allied Army for World War II to fight off infections. So Florey and Chain's key features are that they proved penicillin worked to the public and that they persuaded the US government to mass produce penicillin.